Well, as you guys know, it can be a tough deal this time of year. We're in the July. It's July the 16th. It's a really hot and humid and dry. We've had droughts all over the country. We've had these big smoke clouds that's covered the United States. Just typical every year, but this is a tough time of year for the deer, for the turkeys, for just all the little small animals in general to find food. So I'm just going to try to get out today. I've recently put up a deer feeder on my property here. I've started another video of that. Wasn't able to have corn that same day, but now I've got some corn picked up. I'm going to get out here today and load up the feeder. I've got 2 trail cameras I want to put out today, and then a third one I just need to change the battery in. So just trying to keep the deer and the turkey going in this area. I'm really trying to manage this property now. I've cut a lot of trails here and just kind of figuring out the deer a little bit better. I was able to harvest a great big tom turkey here this year. Looking forward to many more years of that, and hopefully grow some potential nice bucks in here. So trying to manage this property. I intend to put some deer stands out and bring you guys along for that as well. So if you enjoy this type of content, just let me know, drop a comment, appreciate it. Anything outdoors is what I'm all about. So I'm going to try to beat the heat today. It's supposed to get up in the 90s, so the humidity is what I really hate. So it's early in the morning. I'm going to get back here and get some corn up, bring you guys along. Appreciate you. Anticipate this creek to have a little bit more water in it than what it definitely does. We've had some recent rain, thank goodness. I'm going to go ahead and put her in 2-wheel drive posi track. The creek's definitely up. It's one benefit of having the 32-inch tires on the Ranger. Get a little bit more ground clearance, kind of sift along a little bit easier and deeper water and mud, things like that. Don't bottom out as easy. Yeah, we have had the rain. Water's not in the floorboard, so that's a good thing. Go right on over here to the other side. Pretty deep little hole right here. Got some deer tracks coming up the hill over here on the other side. Two-wheel drive, no problem. Probably noticed I got the critter getter back on the Ranger. I was going to slide out and do a hunt last night, just was not able to get out. The humidity and everything that was going on, fighting the bugs, and here it is in summertime. Plus we had family movie night that I had to attend, so I wasn't able to get out there, but I do got the critter getter back on. And I am absolutely chomping at the bit to get out and do some hunting, whether it is coyote or deer or turkey. I'm all about it. Coming up on the deer feeder here, this is a intersection that I created for deer and turkey. It's let's see, 3 directions, 3 different trails that intersect that I recently made. Me and my little buddy is out here doing this, so got it looking pretty good. I'm going to pull up on this deer feeder here, hopefully position the Ranger do a couple attempts to get this Ranger aligned just the way that I want it in order to be able to put this corn in there. Should be about right without knocking over the whole freaking thing. That should work out pretty good. I can just be able to get right back in the Ranger, put some corn in this thing, hopefully. Yep, shouldn't be no problem. First things first, I gotta figure out this apparatus. Shouldn't be, there we go, not too hard at all to figure out. Get the water off of it to start with. I don't know if it's the superintendent in me of construction, but I like things to look uniform. Maybe it's the OCD coming out, I don't know. But I like for things to look kind of plumb, kind of uniform. That should work just fine, I would think. Looks like it. All right, let's see if old Dad can get up in this son of a buck. Wet tires, that's always a good thing to have. Now that I got it fairly cleaned out, should run pretty smooth. I almost want to run a ball of water through that. Hate to sacrifice a bottle of drinking water, but a little bit too much trouble to get my water containers loose and dump them in there. That should be good. Hopefully the deer and the turkey appreciate this, because I know I'm going to appreciate the reward of taking care of them and harvesting some nice animals. There's the first 50 pound. Looks like this thing's gonna hold, I'd say 50, 100, I'd say it'd hold 150 pound, maybe 200 pound. And I've got 100 pound for today. It was hard enough to come by as it is. My little town didn't sell it, so I had to go elsewhere. Pick some up. That humidity is starting to kick my butt, I know that much. Just going to broadcast some of this on the ground right here. Hopefully it'll start drawing their attention real soon. Get some right here in front of the camera. now I need to get this timer set up on this thing. I'll put the lid back on here. Go ahead and try to get this lid put back on. Alright, that should be good. Locked down. Seems secure. I think I'm going to pull the Ranger out of the way now and try to get this timer and everything set up on this thing. One thing I have tried to discipline myself on, the older that I've got, I wish I would have realized it at a lot younger age. Just slow down. Look around you, enjoy. You know, it's hot as balls out here. I ain't gonna shortcut it. It's humid. It's July. I'm out here putting out freaking corn for animals that I may or may not ever see or get a shot at other than see on a camera. But it's being outdoors. It's being the one place that gives me peace, the outdoors, a good old hayfield somewhere hunting a coyote, you know, the first bow kill in October, you know, all these things I'm looking forward to. This year, my little girl is going to take her first deer. You know, she took her first coyote with me. Seems like an eternity ago, but not too long ago. And then she turned around and killed a monster Kentucky longbeard in eastern Kentucky. And these are things that I'll never forget. But there's certain steps to take to get to that point. It's giving back to the wildlife. A lot of people see us predator hunters as, you know, going out there and shooting coyotes and throwing them in a ditch. And I hope that's not the case for some guys. But, you know, it's the balance that we try to do as hunters to bring, you know, some type of, like I said, I don't know any other word than balance to what we love to do out here. You know, turkey hunting and deer hunting. And small game hunting, just being outdoors, camping. These are all things that we've been blessed with, and we need to cherish them to everything we can. Just slow down. Just take a minute when you're doing something like this. Don't be in any hurry. You know, don't even attempt to do this unless you've got the time to do it. You don't want to rush out and do it, and then before you know it, your life's passed you up. And what did I do yesterday? I have no idea, because I was just trying to get it done. But just take a minute and kick your feet up, find you a cool spot under a tree, get back to the old ways like it used to be, the better days. It's going to be interesting to say the least. I've got to take this cover off of here and put the battery pack, which works this thing. I'll set the timer on it. Probably do a test run on it to make sure it's cleaned out good enough to even work. It had a lot of that corn that was wet inside of there. And probably not too ideal to be able to work properly. So here's the timer and everything. It should be a pretty simple deal. But is anything ever simple? Alright, if you're still with me at this point, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope that I'm capturing the absolute best video that I can for you guys, and hoping that everything is the way it should be. Alright, we got the battery in there, we got everything set up. We're gonna go ahead and get everything closed up here. Let this thing be, get it tucked in. Hopefully get some action going on. Let me show you guys these trails here before I head on out. That's a natural deer trail that's just developed right there. You can kind of see that, but here's the trails that I've been working on cutting in. I still got some work to do. This is one right here. I had a deer stand right over there last year. I killed a couple does out of. I'll show you a couple clips right here from that. A couple of nice big doe kills with bow and crossbow.
Here is a trail that I made coming off the top of that hill. I've been wanting to do that right there forever. A lot of deer traffic just coasts right along the top of that hill, and I wanted to just kind of converge right down here in my area that I hunt. So I've got that trail coming in there, this one coming right here. Here's the intersection, and then as we come up through here, there's my feeder for now that I'll end up taking out long before season comes in. Trail goes up through here, we've got a creek. Trail goes right through here, we've got a creek. The other side of the creek, we've got a bedding area. This is the intersection from the bedding area to the creek, and just a huge area right here for deer to converge and just kind of cycle through this area. And then I anticipate a bunch of turkey to start feeding here with the corn. So I'm really excited. I have had some turkeys come through here, but I need to open this up quite a bit.
Well, the first camera location that I've got up here, I already put it up several days ago, and I thought I had checked the batteries in it, but as soon as I got out here and got it turned on, I was able to get one picture and notice that the batteries were jacked up. So all I'm going to do is just take this thing and take these batteries out and replace them with some good ones. That is the intention anyways. The ideal thing with, and I'm no expert on game cams, that's for sure, but the ideal thing to do would be to get those solar powered cameras, and you never have to come in your area to check your card. Those are the cat's meow. Kind of double check my view is right. What I think to be right. There's the first one set. On to the next one. Issue with my GoPro camera, but I'm going to come up on a steep incline. I'm going to swing this thing wide and get up this hill, and it's going to rely on the front camera to catch the action. But this is a pretty gnarly little spot here. This is the spot I told you guys that I came down in the creek and broke my windshield. So let's see if I can't completely break it out coming up out of here. This ought to be fun. You know what, might as well use four-wheel drive if you got it. Probably gonna need it in this little spot. This next little spot I'm going to go to, I've got intentions of getting this field mowed right here. I really want to mow this field and plow it up and do something, and eventually springtime, or even as early as this fall, I'd like to have some turkeys out here in this field. They just don't feel comfortable running in this field. There's just too much high weeds and stuff. They just don't feel safe. Got a bunch of trails around here. Just really need to just come through here and mow them, weed eat them, maybe even spray them with weed killer or something to knock them down so I don't have to do as much maintenance to them. But you can just see here, I got some logs right here in the trail I need to come over here and cut out. Probably going to give me a little bit of an issue right here. Go ahead and lock her back in four-wheel drive there just to get over these friggin' logs. I need to
chainsaw out and cut those suckers up and get them off the trail. Really pain in the butt getting through there. This is a nice little spot right here. Where I'm going is, I'm gonna kick it back out of 4-wheel drive. Where I'm going is to the top of the hill where I told you guys that I put that other trail that I've been wanting to do for a couple of years. For those of you that follow the channel, I hope you enjoyed this type of video. A lot of you guys want to just come along with me no matter what I'm doing. I am always doing something outdoors. And the only thing that prevents me from doing that ever is just this ridiculous hot heat. I'm out all winter coyote hunting and deer hunting and, you know, doing some riding in the snow or whatever in ATVs, UTVs. Alright, I find myself again at another intersection of trails that I made. This one right here, it just kind of dead ends another 50 or 60 yards. I haven't taken it all the way to the property line. The other one that I've got shoots straight down the hill right here. I was showing you that earlier. I've been trying to make that for a couple years. This one joins out to the field that I just came from. My intention is just to kind of get a camera right here somewhere, maybe possibly on this tree, and just try to catch what movement's coming through here. So I've already put the batteries in here. I've got the zone set. So here's this camera set up. So on Eastern time, I think that's what that means. Eastern, Central, Pacific, and whatever. 5, 10, and 15. And let's go ahead and turn this dude on. And then I've got to set up the time and date and all that jazz. Good deal. That's camera number 2. And once again, this is just a generic wild game innovation camera, so nothing fancy. Keeping it simple, keeping it country. I've got one more game camera I'd like to set up today, but got technical difficulties. I don't have the strap with me. I do got some rope. I could probably put it up on a tree with some rope or whatever, which wouldn't be any different than these straps. So I might throw it up, but I am ready to go home and get some lunch. It's almost 1 o'clock. I've been at it all morning, running through here and setting up and everything. So guys, I appreciate you joining the video, I really do. If you like this type of content, like I said, just shoot me a comment. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Appreciate you. Thank you for riding along with me. Look forward to bringing a lot of videos from this area, from deer hunting this year and turkey hunting, possibly even some predator hunting. It's just really thick for that to happen, but I have seen one coyote here in the 11 years that I've been here on this property, so stick with me. I'm sure we'll get into something. I appreciate you guys. Be sure and like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.